Okay, let's go over a snapshot of the system. We have 5 threads and we have 4 different types of resources. Again, we're given our allocation, our max available, and so forth. We'll go through creating a matrix of the need and then checking whether the system is going to be safe or not. And then the next part, which makes this problem a little more complicated, is that we're now going to look at the second portion of the banker's algorithm. Basically, we have some sort of process that's coming in with a request, and now we need to verify that request. Okay, I'm going to go quickly through the first 2 before I spend some time on the last portion. And I may or may not walk you through in my logic. Let me add additional pages. Okay, let's start out with our need. It's going to be max minus allocation for T0. This will be 0, 0, 0. For T1, this will be 0, 7, 5, 0. For T2, this will be 1, 0, 0, 2. For T3, this will be 0, 0, 2, 0. T4, 0, 6, 4, 2. Let's make that a little bit cleaner. And then I'm going to copy my allocation. Actually, let me just put that there. T0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to help me as I move forward. Okay, so we have our first portion. We got our needs matrix right here. Now we're going to check whether something is in the safe state or not. Again, based off of the algorithm, we're going to use our available as our work to initialize everything. So our work is going to equal to 1520, and then our finish state is going to be false for all 5 things. And our goal is to go through and make sure and turn these into true. So immediately we're going to check whether our need is less than and equal to our work. And this will let us know if we could proceed with the simulation or not. So for T0, obviously checking if everything is less than or equal to what's available. We see that this is working, this is definitely not, this is okay, and that's not okay. So immediately we already see our sequence, but now we have to double check that our sequence works, because as we go down, things are going to be deallocated. Does that mean that we get to have a bigger size of resources, which maybe this T4 might be able to go through? Alrighty, so T0, obviously very quickly double check everything. That's gonna work. Let's add this sequence. And then I'm going to have this portion right here where I'm going to update the work. So our current work is 152, and I'm going to go downwards. So allocation for the first thread is 0, 0, 1, 2. I'm going to cross that out so that I don't mess up. Then we have 1, 5, 3, 2. Let's check this against T1. Obviously this is not going to work, so we're going to move on to the past this. Let's go check out T2. It's going to be 1, 0, 0, 2. It's less than 1, 5, 3, 2. This works. Let's add it to our sequence, and then let's deallocate. It's 1, 3, 5, 4. which is going to leave us with 2886. Let's check T3. T3 is 0020, obviously. This is going to work. Let's add that to our one. I'm going to remove that. T3, 0632. Let me cross that out so I don't get mixed up. And then that's going to be 2, 14, 11, and 8. So let's check T4. Originally, when we started out with the available resources, T4 was not something that we were able to accomplish going through. So now that we have more resources available, is it doable? Yes, it is, because it's 2, 14, 11, and 8. So let's add that to our sequence, and now let's deallocate 0, 0, 1, 4. Okay, so deallocating that. 14, 12, and 12. Now going back to T1, which was 0, 7, 5, 0. Is that less than our 2, 14, 12, 12? This is doable. Now we got our sequence, and let's deallocate that. And that one is 1, 0, 0, 0. So we're left with 3, 14, 12, 12. This is our final deallocated resources. So we created a saved sequence, and our sequence is T0, T2, T3, T4, and T1. Okay, let's answer the third question, which is if a request from thread arrives for 0420, can the request be granted immediately? Now, there's a typo on this. Totally my fault. I was the one that created this. We're going to say that this request is coming from T1. So this is T1 request. Now I'm going to go scroll down, and this is going to be the second portion, the request algorithm walkthrough. So, snapshot, our available is still going to be 1520. Our allocation, and this is for T1, will be 1000, and our max for T1 is going to be 1750. Then we need to find the need for T1. What is the need for T1? And that will be 170 minus 100. This again is going to be 705. If we're going back here, see, still the same. Now we have the new request, and that is for T1. That's going to be 0420. And we'll check whether this request can be granted immediately. The first step is going to check if the request is exceeding the T1's need. So these are all the algorithms that we went over in the first video. Okay, so this is 0, 4, 2, and we're checking it against this need, 0750. This is going to be true, meaning that the request is within that maximum claim. The second step, we're going to check if the request exceeds the available resources. So, request at T1 is less than or equal to the allocation, the available. available. Okay, request is 0, 4, 2, and that, and our available is what? 1, 5, 2, 0. Again, this is resulting in true, meaning that there's enough resources are currently available. So what we're going to do is follow into the third step. The step 3, we're going to pretend to allocate. Again, we're doing another temporary state. So we're going to simulate the granting request. And this is going through and updating the available, the allocation, and the need. And the available, I'll just go through and the updated available versus the non-updated available. It's going to minus the request at I, or should be T1 since we know which one it is. This is going to be 1, 5, 2, 0, subtract by what was requested. So our new available is this. This is going to be our work when we do the simulation. Next, we need to update the allocation for T1. And that is basically going through allocation plus the request. That's going to be the 1, 0, 0, 0 plus the request. This is going to be 1, 4, 2, 0. So this is the new allocation. Now we're going to check the updated version of the need for T1. Again, to update it, it's going to be need T1 minus our request at T1, and that's going to be 0, 7, 5, 0, subtract by the request, which is 0, 2, 0, 4, 2, 0, 0, 3, 3, 0. This is our updated need. Now we're going to rerun the safety algorithm on the new temporary state. Okay, so this is basically going through the entire sequence. We're trying to find a safe sequence. If I could write sequence correctly. Okay, let's do actually finish. Okay, so work is going to be 1, 1, 0, 0. This is what we're starting out with. Now, we've already done the need for all of our previous ones. The only one we had to update was for the T1. So again, going back and doing the need less than the work. So for T0, it was 0, 0, 0, 0, which was less than our work, which is 1, 1, 0. Obviously, this is going to be true, so we'll add this to the new sequence. And then we're going to update our work. So, update work. And then I'm going to check T1. Obviously, T1 is not doable because the need is greater than the work. So we'll move on to T2, which states our need for T2 is 1, 0, 0, 2. Is that less than 1, 1, 2? This is going to be true. So we'll add T2 into our sequence. So that's cleared up. Let's update that. I'll add as what's 1, 3, 5, 4, which will be 2, 4, 6, 6. Let's check T3. T3 is 0, 0, 2, 0. Obviously, that's going to be a lot less than this. So we'll add that to our sequence. Let's deallocate that resource. 0, 6, 3, 2, 2, 10, 9, 8. T4 is 0, 6, 4, 2. That's less than 2, 10, 9, 8. We'll add that to our sequence. Let's deallocate 0, 0, 1, 4. The new work is 2, 10, 10, 12. Let's check our T1. T1 needs 0, 3, 3, 0. Is that less than 2, 10, 10, 12? Satisfies it. So now our new sequence is going to be this. Let's deallocate that. 1, 4, 2, 0. 3, 14, 12, 2. So our new sequence is T0, T2, T3, T4, T1. The final decision is that since the system remains in a safe state, after this simulation we went through, the request from T1 for the resources of 0, 4, 2, 0 can be granted immediately. So, safe state and can be granted. And granted request. Okay, I hope this helped.